Hey, what's happening, friends? We got the Maui market update coming up next. All the fresh data for the month of May is out, and I'm going to bring my friends Kara and Chelsea in from Maui to talk about it. What's happening, ladies?
What's up?
Hi.
All right, so we're going to get right into it and bring up the market data here. I'm going to be driving, and so they may direct me and tell me where to go. But this is the median sales price in Maui over the last 3 years. So as you guys can see, it's been a steady increase. We had a little dip over here back in February, but other than that, it's been a pretty steady increase across the board. Actually, this is the condo market, right? So condo market right now is 849,000 is the median price. But if we look at the single family market, it's 1.2 million, right? So pretty big difference. Is that what you guys are feeling over there? Any kind of thoughts on the median price? Because everybody's always asking, like, when are prices going to fall? When are prices going to fall? You see that happening anytime soon?
That's always the question, and they're not. They have it for the last, how many years is this?
Right. The difference in between residential sales and the condo sales, my takeaway is that I've been seeing the condo sales average price raising and raising and raising and raising, and I'm wondering if it's going to catch up to the residential. It seems as if there's a shortening of the gap, if you will. When I first got here 20 years ago, the condo market was far lower,
like half the price, right? Like a condo would be 400,000, house would be 800,000, and now.
Exactly. It's catching up. That is definitely catching its heels. That's what I've noticed is the big thing with the sales price.
Yeah. The condo growth is way faster than what the single family homes are going.
But the price itself.
The price.
So it's the supply and demand pushing that, right?
We're almost at 900,000 median price on condos, and at 1.2 for houses, that's really only a $300,000 difference. And
I don't think we've ever seen that where that was that tight of a gap.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's jump to total inventory, because this is always the driver when we talk about price is supply. If there's no supply, price continues to go up. And so this is the condo market. And let me switch over to monthly here to give you a better idea, because this is a little bit more of a dramatic graph, right? When we're looking at it as a rolling 12 months, we're looking at the 12-month average versus the individual number each month, and there's been a steady increase. This is the good news, I think, for the real estate market, and definitely if you're a buyer out there, is that we kind of bottomed out in August of last year at 217 total listings, and there are now 546. And I think you guys have been seeing this is the condo market. Let's look at the single family market and just compare. So a little bit different, right? Condo market has steadily been increasing, but on the house side of it, it's 217 this month versus 226. So not a big difference. But if we throw all property types together, we do see that steady increase in all residential properties. But you guys, we've been in our discussions, you guys have been feeling, right, that properties are sitting in the market longer. There's more stuff coming on. I mean, what else are you feeling in the market there? Given everything that's happened and high interest rates and the fires, I mean, we're starting to see that, and that's how inventory increases, is when the market starts to slow down, slowly inventory starts to creep up, which we've been seeing over the last 6 months, but still very, very low, right? I always do this. I look at, if we go 5 years out, right, and we look pre-COVID, there was 1,100 properties on the market in August of 2020. This is kind of the height of, and this is where it hovered for a long time. You were kind of between 1,000 and 1,200, and we were way down here, and we're slowly creeping back up, but we're still at like 50% normal inventory rates, right? So if you look historically, it's still very, very low.
And that's what I've noticed, is that we see a smaller gap in the residential sales. Of course, we discussed the higher number of units on market for the condos. But when we're looking at the fact that the people that want to stay here, they want to, obviously, you know that we have lesser homes, residentials right now. So they want to stay here. What I'm finding is a double down. They're either going to stay themselves or they want to rent it out for long-term vacation or long-term rentals for the fact that there's people that need homes. So there's not as much movement and mobility because they want to make sure that they're providing homes for the people that are here. That's what I've seen. That's one of the actual direct comments of why I lost a listing, which is great. I lost it to the fact that they wanted to keep the house to rent long-term for people here. That's a valid reason to not have a listing. So that I've also seen.
Okay, so last point let's talk about here is closed sales. And this is all property types, closed sales, still very, very low compared to historical standards, but we are seeing it creep up a little bit. We were all the way down to 101 or 102 closed sales in November of last year, and it jumped up to 151 in December. It kind of hovered around there, and now up to 179. But we're seeing the number of closed sales proportionally rise with inventory. So as long as that happens, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a huge oversupply, because as long as more things are coming on the market, we're kind of proportionally seeing sales soak into that. So interesting kind of dynamic, but in the grand scheme of things, when people are talking about, you know, are prices going to fall and is there a crash coming? Definitely not the case, because we're seeing the new inventory that is coming on the market being sold
selling.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
What's the days on market right now, Dylan?
Average days on market has been kind of steady, you know, between 70 and 80 over the last year or so, currently at 75. So I think that's, I guess it can feel a little bit like things are sitting longer, but it really depends. And you guys know this, right? People always ask, like, how long is it going to take to sell my house? Well, it depends on how you price it. Right? If you price it good, it's going to sell really fast. Price it really bad, it's going to take really long or never sell. So I always struggle with days on market because it's so dependent upon each individual seller's actions, right? It's not as easy of a data point to interpret sometimes. So, okay, any other thoughts or comments on the market on Maui? Just want to do a quick rundown.
No, that's really what we're noticing is, like we said, that statistically we're seeing an increase in the condos being sold and the prices rising. On that, they're still being purchased, and the close dates are still happening. The residential, we're always looking for more opportunities for residential listings, as we want to make sure that we're housing people here and welcoming people that are wanting to live here. Stay tuned. The federal rates are doing their dance, and it's definitely helping us in some ways for selling. And that's about it. That's my take. Chelsea?
No, that's it.
I think the headline here, which is a great takeaway, was the compressing of the condo and single family home prices, because that is very, very interesting. And now that you brought that up, I'm going to look at that on the other islands too and see if the same type of thing is happening, because that's definitely an interesting dynamic when you see that condo prices closing in on home median prices. So all right, ladies, thank you very much for your insights. We'll see you guys next month on the Maui Market Report.
Got it.
Thank
Aloha.
you.